Welcome to the Money Over 50 podcast, brought to you by Dallas Davison and Michael Hogue from Money Over 50 Financial Advisors. This information is general in nature and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation, or needs. Therefore, you should consider whether the information is appropriate for you and your personal circumstances. If you require personal advice, please contact Money Over 50 Financial Advisors.
Welcome to the Money Over 50 podcast with Ali and Dallas. What do we have today?
Ali, today I've got a conceptual one for you. I'm feeling philosophical. So this could be interesting and useful, or it could be terrible. We'll soon see.
Yes, we'll see.
Today I've got a tale of two horses.
Okay, I definitely wasn't expecting that to come out, but
A tale of two horses. So I don't know how I got thinking about this the other day, but when we finish recording this, I'm going to send it to my wife Nicola, because she hates when I use analogies like this, where I do this big, long theoretical thing to then tie it back into. Just tell me the point of what you're saying, but just bear with me. So I don't know. You obviously know, and listeners might not know, that I grew up on a cattle property, and also I've got a heap of mates, and I are interested in race horses now. So the tale of two horses is, one of them is the current horse that a group of four mates and I own, called Red Boom. So Red Boom is just a lovely horse. Now, I don't know if you know much about horses, but they have personalities. They have all their own little quirks. So this Red Boom is just a great horse, lovely to train. The strapper and the trainer love this horse. She's works, trains hard, eats well, does everything right that a horse is supposed to do.
Yep.
The only problem is that Red Boom, as I say, is a racehorse that I own a share of and is not that fast.
Okay.
So the issue we have here is that we have a horse that
Needs a bit of aggression in its life.
Well, it's just it's just good by every metric other than the main one that actually counts, which is
just
being
natural
faster
ability
than
to be
other
fast.
horses. So I say this all the time, but she's a lovely horse, that horse, but we're a racing competition here.
Yeah,
like, we need to be faster than the other horses, and we're not faster than the other horses. So that's one horse. The other horse that I made me think about was a horse that I used to have called Sky High. So a good name.
Yep.
So this was back in my camp drafting days. So camp drafting is basically when you ride a horse and you chase a cow around sort of an obstacle course kind of thing. So it's a test of your control of the horse and control of the cow and all the rest of it. Sky High as a horse was an absolute lunatic. Mad. He used to argue with it.
It's crazy how these horses have such different personalities.
This horse was mad. He used to have to fight him constantly, not physically, but mentally battle with him every time I wanted something to happen. He'd always wanted to take control. He thought he knew everything. I remember once he reared back over on top of me and tried to kill me, basically. So I'm painting a picture here. This horse was mad.
Yep.
However, we were camp drafting, and we used to win a lot of camp drafts. He was very good at. Him and I won a lot of camp drafts together. This was in sort of junior days. So got me thinking about this concept of things that feel good or sound good or are sort of good in ways that don't really matter. And so where I've ended up with this, and this is, like I said, the long way around here, is
good little tie-in.
Basically, my theory is that our really nice but slow racehorse is a bit like having your retirement savings invested in cash.
Yep.
Feels great, really comfortable, causes you no problems in the short term. Doesn't, it's just it all feels great. It's all lovely.
Yep.
The issue is you will run out of money before you die.
Yeah.
So it will feel lovely up until the point. So this is where we're at with our slow racehorse, is that it's a lovely horse up until every month when we get the trainer's bill, and the bill is more than the prize money because the horse is slow. So we go, and every month we go, that's fine. Nice horse. She tries hard, and
she's really lovely.
Yeah, she's a lovely horse. Yeah, it's great. At some stage, the horse needs to win some races. Otherwise, she is not a good racehorse. So Whereas, as I say, the other horse that I used to argue with, Sky High, that tried to kill me, that, was just a constant battle. We used to go to camp drafts every weekend and we would win a lot of camp drafts.
Yeah.
And so you go, and that analogy was that horse is like investing in companies throughout your retirement.
Yeah, a lot of volatility.
A lot of
good
messiness.
Times, bad times.
Yeah. A lot of ill feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of fighting, a lot of internal turmoil.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
And doing exactly what you don't want to do at that point in time.
Exactly.
And then,
Exactly. So that was sort of my theory, is you go, for anyone who's listening, you may not know about horses, but I'm sure everyone can think of different analogies where, and I think we're all guilty of this, where we sort of back our way into a story of, like I say, we like this horse, so we'll make excuses for it, and we'll try and convince ourselves that there's a good reason why we keep this slow racehorse. And then we have other horses or other things in life that we don't like, and that's, like investing in companies. Now, as I say to people all the time with their super balance, no one likes watching their balance drop by 20-30%. It's not fun. It's not like the people who are invested in companies. There's some people that enjoy that, and then some that don't. No one enjoys it. It's not fun for anyone.
Yeah.
But practically, as we talk about a lot of our clients, what we're trying to achieve there with the bulk of your retirement savings is we need that to grow over the long term, so that you can provide a rising income stream in retirement to offset inflation and make sure you don't run out of money before you die. And it's often not pleasant. It's never, the ratio of pleasant times to unpleasant times doesn't really line up, because as we've talked about before, losing money feels really painful and making a bit of money doesn't really feel that good. But over the long term, if you look at what is it we're trying to achieve here, we're trying not to run out of money. How do we need to invest our retirement savings? We often don't want to be invested in companies, but that's what we're trying to achieve. Let's pick the thing that's fit for purpose for what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and honestly, if there was something that could get the return that companies get with the volatility of cash, we'd be invested in it. We'd tell everyone to invest in it.
That's exactly right. Exactly. And that's the same thing with the horses. If I had a horse that was as good as that camp drafting horse, as Sky High, if I had a horse that I could have won as many camp drafts on, that I didn't have to put up with, it wasn't complete pain and wasn't mad as he was, then I would have left him at home. I wouldn't have.
100%.
Yeah. But that's just not how it worked.
Take good with the bad, and I'm actually surprised where that went. I was thinking, where's he going? What type of philosophy is he talking about this time? But you told that in pretty well.
I think it's a pretty neat analogy compared to a lot of other stories that I've told or analogies that I've done.
You painted a picture then, so people can see that in their head. That makes sense. Yeah.
No, so I don't really have much more to add to that, other than I don't know why over the last few days I was thinking about, as anyone who's had anything to do with horses does, you always think back about
just got to accept a bit of volatility.
Yeah, exactly. Accept a bit of madness.
Bit of madness.
And then I often think about this as it relates to everything in life, about the most things that are good, or most people that are really talented, or most things that are really great in one area. They often have something that comes with it. You know, it's a bit like, we football players, for example. I always feel like everyone reads the news and goes, "This football player's crazy. He did this thing at the pub," and you go, "Of course he's mad.
They run into each other for sport. Obviously,
his whole job is to run into another huge human being. He has to be mad."
Oh, I feel sorry for this sometimes. Like, come on, like his body is built for running into people.
That's right.
He can't be the smartest person.
Exactly.
He doesn't need to be either.
Exactly. So so that's exactly right. I think that's. As it relates to any of your financial planning, is that you got to think, what are we actually trying to achieve here? What is the outcome that we're trying to optimize for? And then pick the strategy, pick the investment strategy, pick the way that you handle your cash. So pick all those things to optimize for the actual thing that you want to achieve, not for the thing that's going to feel the best or the nicest in the short term.
That's good. I think that's a good place to wrap up. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Money Over 50 podcast with Money Over 50 financial advisors. For more information and resources, visit the Money Over 50 website, mo50.com.au. We look forward to catching up again soon.